everybody, happy October 1st, and of course happy Down Syndrome Awareness Month. I decided to kind of take a break from the blog for a few weeks, and I'm gonna kind of rework the way I do things. I'm gonna start adding some more videos to my lineup, just because I feel like it's a really awesome way for me to get to connect with you guys a little bit more face to face. I know there's not a ton of you that read my blog, but I feel like, you know, you can write all you want, but sometimes if people see your face, it helps just get your message across a little bit more. So today I am going to be, apparently listening to sirens in the background, I'm going to be chatting with you a little bit about baby wearing and how baby wearing has helped out my journey as a mama, first and foremost, but secondly as a special needs parent. And it's the perfect timing because today is the first day of an entire month, an entire 31 days of celebrating my daughter Kerrigan, who has Down syndrome, and all of our loved ones and friends that share her extra chromosomes. So let's get started. So I'll share a little bit about my baby wearing journey. I bought a Tula ring sling first when I was pregnant with Kerrigan, and I was super excited to try it out. And when Kerrigan was born, I gave it a try, but I was first exhausted, and second of all, I was a total novice. I had never done, obviously, any kind of baby wearing before. And thirdly, I was very overwhelmed. I had a brand new baby that had been given a Down syndrome diagnosis at birth, and so there was a lot more on my plate than I had been expecting. So I was very stressed out. I tried the ring sling a couple of times. I couldn't ever get a solid fit with it. My husband could get a great fit with it, which of course drove me even crazier. So I didn't last very long trying to use the ring sling at all. I gave up pretty quickly. And I ordered a structured carrier. I ordered a Lila Baby Complete, which can be worn with legs in for newborns. So I ordered one of those and ended up getting it at about the point that Kerrigan was just big enough to be wearing legs out. So the Lila Baby Complete has an adjustable panel at the bottom. The base of it is adjustable for smaller babies, so you can make the seat more narrow. So I made the seat narrow so that I was able to carry her legs out. And the Lila Baby was total love. It fit great. It was easy to get on and off, easy for me to travel with, and much less complicated, less steps than the ring sling, which was super helpful. So the Lila Baby kind of became my go-to. It jump-started my love for baby wearing, and it definitely made life a lot easier. All of a sudden I could use my hands when I needed to be holding Kerrigan, which was a lifesaver at the grocery store, or you know, in situations like the hospital when we had to go to a specialist appointment. But really the biggest thing in those early days is just that it really allowed me to bond with my baby. All of those stresses that I was put under as a brand new mom, having a birth diagnosis of something like Down syndrome, which isn't even, you know, just, oh, your child has this extra thing going on. It was your child has this extra thing going on that's a lifelong condition. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna change everything for you and for your child. It was incredibly hard for me to bond with Kerrigan because I didn't feel like she was the baby that I had carried. As a mom, when you're pregnant, you obviously create a life for your child in your mind of what things are going to be like, and I felt like the child that I gave birth to wasn't the child that I had planned and carried and all of that. And baby wearing kind of started to chip away at that. It was a way for me to be physically close to her. It was a way for me to keep myself calm, to keep her calm, and that to me was huge. So that was step one, was just kind of our introduction into baby wearing and really allowing myself to bond with my baby, which is a huge thing as a new mom. So the other thing that I briefly started to touch on is how much easier baby wearing made my life. So I am a very busy person. I'm a full-time working mom, and I have been since Kerrigan was about 3.5 or 4 months old. And I volunteer, and I, you know, obviously have a child with special needs, so I spend a lot of time in and out of appointments and therapies. Having the use of both of my hands as a mom is of the utmost importance. So baby wearing was pretty life-changing in that aspect, that I could be holding my baby but also be washing bottles and pump parts because I was an exclusive pumper. I could be vacuuming. I could be folding the endless amounts of laundry that occur in our house. I could be carrying groceries in. I could be holding bags because when we go to medical appointments, we take her binders with us that have all of her medical history in them. So I could be lugging those around. And having the use of my hands and being able to carry things while also holding my child securely were totally life-changing aspects. We, in the early months, went to a lot of specialist appointments, went to the hospital up at Johns Hopkins quite a bit. So being able to hold her during those long appointments, when we would be at the hospital for, maybe like 3 or 4 hours for one single appointment, was incredible. So instead of having her stuck in a stroller or, having to lay her on the floor on a blanket in a crowded lobby, I could be wearing her, keeping her calm, keeping her comfortable, and also not having to, worry about her being upset with being stuck somewhere because she's being held. So she was very happy. So the sanity element that baby wearing had provided me as a new mom was just beyond incredible. Community, don't even get me started. The community that baby wearing and natural parenting in general has brought me is just out of this world. I've met so many people through baby wearing. I've made so many friends just based on the fact that we have things in common. Like you see another mom out and you're like, oh, I like your carrier. Being able to help people by offering up baby wearing as a solution. So when people are struggling as a new mom and I can be like, oh my gosh, don't worry, I have the solution for you. The community is incredible, especially as a special needs mom. There are a lot of moms out there who just haven't really been exposed to baby wearing and don't understand what it can do for you. And there are some caveats with having a special needs little one. A lot of times babies with trisomy 21 have hypotonia, which is low muscle tone. So, when you're looking for a carrier with a baby with Down syndrome, you obviously need something that's going to be very supportive, especially the hips, the back, the neck. So you want to find something specific to those things. There are amazing groups out there, local baby wearing groups, that will help you find a carrier that's perfect for you. We're very lucky in that Kerrigan's hypotonia is pretty mild and, if at all, present. So we didn't really have that concern, but I've been able to connect people to local baby wearing groups to help find a carrier that's going to work for them. There are digital baby wearing groups on Facebook, stuff like that. I was a brand ambassador for Carry Me Away, which is an online baby wearing boutique that is amazing at that exact thing. They offer a baby wearing prescription program where you send them information about yourself and they offer you personalized advice on what carrier is going to work best for you. The other thing to kind of consider when you're talking about baby wearing kiddos with special needs is just how much it opens up the world for them. So we're, again, very lucky. Kerrigan's super motor driven, so she's been walking full time since she was 15 months old. That being said, we go a lot of places that it's not very logical for a toddler to be walking around. So we were just at the Maryland Renaissance Festival over the weekend. It was jam-packed. I cannot even imagine letting my toddler walk around baby wearing. We have gone to New York with Kerrigan 4 times. Times Square, not a place you want to let your toddler roam around. There's just a crap load of people baby wearing around New York. Almost every single time that we've gone to New York, we've been there and walked 7+ miles because we just like to explore. So we walk around the city, we walk around Times Square, we walk around Central Park, and we baby wear everywhere that we go. Kerrigan's happy, we're comfy, and it makes the day a whole lot easier. I mentioned going to hospital appointments, the ease that brings us. But beyond a kiddo like Kerrigan, where it's just a convenience thing, there are kiddos who have some mobility limitations, and baby wearing really opens up doors for them. It lets them explore places that they might not be able to explore easily or at all, because they're able to be carried comfortably by a caregiver through those environments. So they're able to experience something that might otherwise be denied them just because of the limitations of their physical access to that location, which I think just affords a really huge opportunity to those families. So I briefly touched also on the kinds of carriers that we use. We have a couple of different carriers. We do still have the Tula ring sling. I am not very good with it still, but I am determined that someday I will be good with the ring sling. The vast majority of our carriers are soft structured carriers, so they're what you're going to see, the Tula and the Lila Baby. We have three Lila Baby carriers. We have the Lila Baby Complete. We have, do we have four? We might have four. I'm not sure. We have a Lila Baby Complete for sure. No, we just have three. We have a Lila Baby Complete. We have a Lila Baby All Seasons, and those are just the standard size. We have a Lila Baby Carry-On, which is the toddler size. We have a toddler Tula as well, so that's their toddler-sized carrier. We also have a Cole, I believe it's pronounced Medai carrier, which is kind of a really cool combo of a soft-structured carrier like body and then wrap straps. So the waistband and the straps that go on your shoulders are wrap material, and you tie them to fasten it, which is new for me, and I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to buy one of my own. And if we have more kids, I would really like to try wrapping, like full wrapping someday, but I'm gonna need to carve out time in my schedule to like severely research that before I try it. My favorite carry right now for Kerrigan is a back carry. She is getting pretty tall, so front carries, her face tends to just be all up in my face, and that's not anything that I need. So I love back carries because she rides around on my back, piggyback style basically, and I'm hands-free and I have my whole front free, which is always nice as well. And then there are a ton of other kinds of carriers. We actually have a hiking pack also. We go hiking a decent amount, so we bought a hiking pack for Kerrigan. Then Kelly wears that. I don't mess with that. It's too big for me. But there's a ton out there. There are stretchy wraps. There are a whole slew of kinds of wraps and ring slings and amazing hybrids of everything within that range. I would love, if anybody has questions about baby wearing, especially as a special needs mama, you can feel free to comment. You can feel free to send me a message, send me an email. If we're Facebook friends, please send me a DM. Whatever you need, I'm happy to help you. And if I don't have the expertise and knowledge to help you, I 100% know people that can. So I'd love to help you make that connection. If you need to email me, I will make sure that it's in the post for this vlog. And I hope that you guys enjoyed my short little video about baby wearing and having used baby wearing to my advantage as a special needs mom. Have a great rest of your Monday, everybody, and happy Down Syndrome Awareness Month.